We should be good here. Okay, we are good. Good luck, have fun. All right, BMG versus Team Excellent. Going to be coming at you. Let me set up the graphic here real quickly. Not in the game just yet, so what sides we got? Excellent right, and then BMG left. All right, so guys, big first thing to note here. Look at that, Limp going first.
What?
Going first against Pew.
I mean, if Pew can take down Limp, that's going to set a tone right here for a huge momentum favor for Excellent.
I don't get the risk here. Like, well, why would they send Limp first? Maybe they just don't want to play. They're just like, here, you take care of business.
You would think that Fuze would like lead with Soul Stealer or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Pew, on the other side, you know, starting it off strong, I guess.
Limp versus Pew. I still can't believe that. All right, so here we are. Our first matchup in game. There we go. This should be good. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so, again, Soul Stealer versus Soul Stealer.
If you were going to power rank the 25 players playing in today's event, I would say this would be a pretty large disparity. I would probably have Limp in my top 5 and Pew somewhere in my bottom 20.
Limp's number 1.
Yeah, I would go hands down on Limp.
Limp's number 1. I mean, you ask any player right now on the competitive scene in a 1v1 event like this, we've done it. It always goes back to Limp. I mean, this guy, he's a threat for others. Now, Danger Stan has beat him. That said, in the S2 versus matchup that we did with them. But yeah, no, he no doubt is the player to beat. So, but that's even more reason where it's like, why throw him out first? It just seems a little unnecessary. Nothing against Pew, of course, or Team Excellent or anything, but
they want to show Sync Esports that they are ready and you know that they can crush. I mean, they got this, so to say. I think it's kind of a mind game as well. To put your strongest card first.
And, you know, so if you're Team X, I think they had Story Fighter in there initially, but again, so this is nothing against Pew as a player, but to be frank, they see Limp going first on Soul Stealer. We may not feel confident that we have a good chance. Let's send them Pew. I think that's ultimately what the logic was here.
Really?
I'm not going to lie.
I think so. Pew is the captain of Team Excellent. Pew thinks he's the greatest player in the world. Pew can sometimes be the greatest player in the world. Maybe Pew's going to be the greatest player in the world this game.
Yeah,
I think he's got the best chance.
BMG is talking in Swedish in the spectator chat, and they are confident in that BMG or Limp is going to take 5 games straight. Okay. That's what they're aiming for.
That's what they're going. See, that's what I was figuring. That's what was sending Limp for. It's like that's a strategy. Either use him as anchor, or you just say, you know what, just take care of business. We'll rest up for Sync. That's what they're going at. Well.
Look at these stats already, man!
Yeah.
All right.
Necessary handicap for Pew right here.
It's looking rough, boys.
It's looking rough indeed.
Oh my gosh. 4-3 and 0-0, 5-3. Oh, this is just okay.
Oh, got the deny.
Gets the deny.
There you go. Plus 2 damage. Let's go.
Lagging apparently. He's not lagging.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Big lie.
Definitely a lie. Yeah. 95 to 97. Oh boy. For those that are just tuning in, again, the rules, it's 9 rounds in total. Best of 9, obviously. Each round is predetermined with the hero. The first round is Soul Stealer, and then it goes from there. So I think Bubbles is the second one, and then kind of goes from there. So for those that are asking, there is a forum post up on the competitive section of HoN. I think there's even one on HoNtour.com, if I'm not mistaken, that has the breakdown, really, of what we're looking at here for this format and everything. So for those that are still curious as what the rules are and whatnot. But yeah, once again, you have Limp here is arguably the best player in this whole event, according to a lot of players, going up against Pew here to start things off. So again, BMG making a statement. They just want to let him do his thing. And this could set up though, you know, for Limp versus Super KG at least, which would be fun, depending on the hero.
Yep.
But it also, you know, if Limp happens to get a victory, again, it puts it on Team Excellent to get comfortable in terms of putting their most comfortable player on that hero against him. So Again, I'm looking ahead here, but this already is looking pretty grim for Pew.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You said that Bubbles was the next hero to go, right?
I think so. I mean, I'll double check real quick. Yeah, Bubbles.
It's the same order as last series,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So what would a third hero be again?
Torture. So. Yeah.
Okay, Torture. Yeah, I think Torture is tiebreaker in that case. Limp is a boss on the Bubbles, and Soul Eater, obviously. But Torture, I think, is a bit, not in his confidence zone, so to say. So
it's the one to look at, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Fine takes up that one. I don't know. Support player should be able to play the Torture pretty well. Either way, how we looking at the stats so far?
Not good. Again, Pew's only 10 total compared to 16 and 8 for Limp here. So you're looking at 24 compared to 10. So yeah, it's not a good start for Pew. He's gonna use a little bit of regen, but you got the 1 Soul Scream ring compared to the 2, of course, that Limp currently has, and again the positioning and everything is just well in his favor at this time. So. As far as Pew, you're already in that state again. It's like you got to make something happen sooner than later as far as just going for a kill. Cause
do you, though? Or do you just wait for your opponent to drop your items?
What am I saying? Yeah.
And then you go for the circle around. There you go.
That is true. God, I can't believe that happened still. Oh,
it's a
good damage.
A little bit of damage, but it's level 3 versus level 2 nuke. So Pew definitely getting the worst end of that exchange.
It did, however, deny like 3 creeps or something from Limp. I mean, in experience.
3 Soul Scream rings already on Limp. Jeez. Just get them stats.
Yeah, getting 6 rings, no problem.
That could probably be a decent build, actually. Probably want to see boots eventually, but still.
Yeah, last game we did not see boots, or when Mika was playing Saint Trucks, by the way. But I think that was a little bit because, well, it's the same as in this game. The stats or the last hits were very uneven, or they weren't even at all. So yeah, they were just playing it safe. It was the last game after all, and you didn't want to throw it away. So they just went tanky build and focused on last hitting.
Yeah.
So maybe this one will go down different. Maybe Limp wants to.
Pew again, he's like, come here. I want to take you out of... Oh, jeez, he's getting some good damage again, but Limp not going to let it phase him too much. He cancels the health potion, actually. Wow, Pew's getting some good positioning right there.
The problem is that every time he goes up onto that hill, he has to fall back, and then Limp can get in free autos or free hands, as you kind of saw right there. Now Pew's really low on mana, whereas Limp is only low on health, which is not as big of a deal, because he gets the health potion delivered. And he's got the creep positioning now, so Pew's going to have to fall back and get a mana pot on here in a second.
Yeah.
Before he can put any kind of more additional pressure on.
You see right here, starting to fall back, because, yeah, if he hangs in even a little bit, Limp's going to get that kill. And now you can see Limp's turn to take over that positioning. He puts a taunt up, but it really doesn't do much in the end. So he gets the regen. Gonna pop that up, but still, again, you need 225 mana to get 3 Demon Hands consecutively. So without that, don't expect a kill attempt even really to be coming out. But yeah, if it wasn't for what happened in that first game, you know, we'd already be calling GGs here, honestly. But hey, I had to prove that it's never over till it's over. Against Flensmeister. That's good with the post-game interview with Sync. It's like, Flensmeister's having a lot of fun. Yeah, you gotta lose embarrassingly that first match and then watch the rest of it. But his team won.
Rough.
His team won, though. That's what matters. Oh, jeez, yep.
There we go.
That was it. And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah,
no
what to say?
just straight up leave.
See you, Pew.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't really a good game for him. I mean, yeah, it was one-sided from the beginning.
That was rough.
Again, Limp, like I keep going back to, he is the #1 player right now as far as 1v1 goes, according to pretty much a lot of players at least. So, not too surprising.
So for Team Excellent, who do you throw in next? You got some pretty strong players. You got Super KGE and Nox, both great in a 1v1 situation, strong farmers, experience. And then, of course, you've got Fine and... Who's the last player there? Who am I forgetting?
Stroyfooter.
Stroyfooter. Turkey Burger. How could I forget?
It's
I don't know.
Again, so it's bubbles. I kind of like what Stewie was saying. It's like you kind of almost want to concede that one too because of Limp and just his bubbles play. But what does that mean though? Do you throw in Storyfooter?
I feel like if you're throwing somebody in, it might be fine. But then again, Fine has a legendary Pyromancer. So if you can get to the Pyro stage, that's true.
It's like their only Torture player.
Yeah.
I think Stroyfooter, who is the Suicide and got some experience with the bubbles, is going to be next.
All right.
But I could be wrong.
I can buy it.
All right, so they roll for sides. We should be good to go. Or are they switching up? No, okay.
Who are they choosing?
BMG's Hellborn, yeah. So obviously 1-0. It looks like Nox. They're going Nox.
Nox. With the bubbles. Wow.
Yeah, I did not see that one coming. Interesting.
Damn.
Oh, they are switching sides, dang it.
Alright.
Alright, so they go with Nox in the end. Yeah, I
don't know. I would like to see Nox a little bit later on when Pebbles and those Monkey King and those heroes comes into play.
Well, you know,
surprised.
I mean, I think this is also them making a point that they feel like he can win. That's why they're doing this. They feel like he could actually beat Limp, and again, they don't want to concede 2 games in a row, really, to Limp. Yeah. Good.
Well, to me, it feels a bit greedy. I mean, not in the fact that you think that you can win, but I mean, you have to respect Limp as like one of the best players, and I just don't know. I mean, Bubbles is kind of one of his signature heroes.
Okay, well. We will see. Here we are, loading into Game 2. Again, BMG up 1-0, so again, going to be Nox here on Bubbles. Up against Limp's Bubbles. And he's going to be on the Legion side once again. Starting build. We're going to see those Mark and Novices here. Or no, they both go pretty similar, it looks like. Again, the regen, the only difference, though. Health Potion compared to Tree Eaters. So once again... I mean, is that the same concept that you're kind of going at with the Soul Stealer matchup, too? Probably like the Tree Eaters a little bit better? Or are you fine with the Health Potion, too?
I'm sorry, I was completely zoned out. What did you say?
That's all good. About the Tree Eaters compared to the...
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Same story there as well. Like in the first or in the other series, you got, like, as we saw in Mickey's game, for example, when he was playing Saint Rocks, he went for the Rune of Blights and Saint Rocks went for the health pot. So Mickey got a lot of early aggression on. He was able to get a lot more out, or last hits out, and he was able to box out his opponent a bit more. Yeah, it kind of comes down to your playstyle a little bit, but I would always favor the Rune of Blights. Or the Blightstones, I always keep saying wrong.
They were named that for quite a long time, so
yeah,
it's pretty acceptable.
You know, beat the player. Gotta stick with your roots.
We'll see. Who's gonna get the good block here? Pio had a pretty bad block last time.
And if I recall right from the last series when we were having a Bubbles, it was a lot of like early aggression.
Yeah,
so
there was.
I mean, a hero with like 500 HP, getting a health pot for that. I mean, I would never want to be below like 300, 400 health if I were one of the players, so, yeah.
Limp actually had a really bad block there.
Yeah, you see the positioning. It's well in favor of Nox.
Yeah, he lost control of that before the Tier 1 tower.
I can say this, it's not as important if you're range versus range as if you were range versus melee.
Okay.
But, yeah. Shell Surf missing right there, not getting any trip kills nor any harass out.
Yeah, you could tell he was trying to line that up, but just missed it. So, again, Limp very slightly, but like I said, it's still way too early to...
Yeah, try to do it again.
Yep.
Missed one, got one.
Huh.
But I like the decision that he is actually using this his shell to get those last hits. I mean, it's definitely the right call. You should never sit with full mana. I mean, the only reason for that would be if you're looking for ganks or something in team matchmaking or normal games, so to say.
Yeah. That
you could retreat with that shell surf. Otherwise, you should always use your spells when you have max mana, in my opinion.
Look at Limp, too. He's sitting on the second point. He's not going to spend it just yet. Okay, we talked about takeover in the last time we saw the Bubbles matchup. It just seems like it's not the most efficient ability in this matchup.
Yeah.
So
Did we get an answer for that, by the way, if you were actually able to take cover?
I never got it.
I don't think you are. Not with level 1. I think you need level 2.
Yeah, just the 0.5 compared to the 1 second. I think, yeah, it doesn't work. But well, if we see it picked up here by Limp, then maybe it would, because he'd be a player to trust, obviously.
Yeah, he should know.
But yeah, no. For now, he's just gonna sit on that point, and he's already okay. He was having a big lead, but actually, Nox has fought back, 5-3, 10-1 on Limp. So actually very even now, 10-11 in total. And actually, Limp's getting kind of low here. Knows that he doesn't have a shell surf though to use. He's not too concerned. Yeah, if this is big, because again, if Team Excellent manages to take this game off of BMG here with the victory over Limp especially, not to say that the other BMG players aren't able to compete themselves, but again, Limp is the go-to, and that was BMG's strategy, putting him first.
Yeah, could be very big indeed. If he loses right here, might get kicked off BMG. This is like literally his entire role on the team is to win the 1v1 matchups.
That's a good point.
Kicked. Go back to stay green, noob.
He has that early amulet of the Exile here. Looks like Nox is getting his items later. Whoa! Goes the bottle.
Ew.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, I like it. I mean, if you are behind, you need to go for something different, something offensive. But once again, I think that with all the health regen that Limp currently has, it's just gonna backfire for him.
Yeah, I almost think it's a little too early.
Yeah, I think so too. He doesn't have any auto-attack damage now to keep up with Limp in terms of lasting. So even if I could see the bottle as a potential pickup a little bit later, yeah, I agree with you. It's way too early.
And I just need to clarify here. You cannot send the bottle to town to refill it anymore, right?
No.
Okay. I remember it was changed to like 2 charges for a while, and then I couldn't remember if it ever got changed to 0.
No, you cannot.
Yeah. So yeah, this is
vary it at all.
And there is no Ophelia in this game to send you back to the base.
It's true.
That is true.
So that you can teleport back to your shell.
I hope he knows you're not allowed to get runes, because the second he gets a rune, that would probably mean DQ.
Yeah, he should be aware of that.
Yeah, it's...
So it's almost like
interesting choice.
He spent 600 gold, he's used it, and now it's just sitting in his inventory. Useless. Is basically what happened here. Because now he's even faring out more regen, like the health push and the mana potion, so yeah, it's just, I don't know. Very, very odd choice.
Yeah. He's gonna have to go back to base eventually. I mean, Bubbles is still kind of hero that could. I mean, he got Shell Surf, it's kind of a long range, so you wouldn't waste that much time to actually go back to the base, but still, I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, Limp has the double amulet of the Exile now, so his auto attack damage much further ahead. Again, his stats in general well in his favor here. The last hitting is also...
Oh, he's going for it.
Yep. He hit level 6, it didn't even matter.
Just like that.
If you blink, you missed it.
GG. Pretty much. I mean, that happened very quick. Insta kill, basically coming out in favor of Limp right there. So Nox goes down, and that means 2-0 now in favor of BMG. So far, the BMG strategy of Limp taking care of business is en route. But still, at least 3 more games to happen, of course, against Team Excellent here. So I'll have the replay for you guys in just a second. But that also means, though, what's next? Torturer, we said? Yeah, Torturer is going to be next. So this is where you send Fine out, you're saying? I think that just makes sense.
That would make the most sense for me, at least. I mean, he's the support player. He should be the one who has most experience with this hero.
Yeah.
I would definitely feel comfortable. Maybe not against Limp, but overall, I would be pretty comfortable to play anyone else than Limp, so to say, in a 1v1 Torture.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that you play Torture or Rhapsody pretty much every single comp game nowadays.
Yeah, Torture's a go-to support hero, definitely, on the scene. So Yeah, you see right here, kind of catching the replay. So, again, don't blink, because it happens pretty instant. Here we go, Limp. He gets a little bit of creep block going on. He got the auto attack off, and then eventually clearly does the math here.
Ice cold killer.
Yep.
Nothing else to say.
He lands the Shell Surf to kill, and obviously we know what happens. So there you go. Auto attack, Shell Surf, Song of the Sea. Look at that. I mean, just perfect execution. Knew exactly what he needed, and Limp gets the job done. So, game 2. Once again, going in favor of BMG, a.k.a. Limp. Join the game here. All right, so who are they sending in? What do we got? It looks like Storyfooter. Okay. They're going to go Storyfooter here.
Are these picks or these picks? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the CEO doing his work? Or I don't know, man. I don't know who's making the decisions here, but it's interesting. We'll see if they've got some kind of crazy strategy, because right now it's not making sense to Snooey, and I think I got to agree.
Yeah.
If this is some kind of weird mind plan or mind game, it's so not working. BMG is way too good for that.
They're just going to hold Super KGE till the end and let him all kill his old team.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That would be something. All right. Here we go. Again, up 2-0. So Storyfooter going to be the man of the hour here for Team Excellent, excuse me. Trying to take care of business on Torture now. So again, though, you're talking about Limp, and not to say that he's going to do bad on this hero by any means, but this isn't one of more of the popular heroes for him. I mean, you look at the list, and out of the whole list, you could say that this is probably down there as far as the ones he's played the most. So again, this is the time, if anything, for Team Excellent to really make a move here. But it is Limp after all.
Yeah.
Limp.
You can kind of see the confidence right now. Limp just marches into lane, has all of his items already waiting, and Storyfooter has sold his items back like 4 times now.
Not sure.
Yeah,
That's
he's just not sure about what's going on here. Ends up going like very similar to Limp, except double regen and less minor totems. So not that similar after all.
Yeah. Now this was also interesting the last time we saw it, because it was a mix of one with agonizing bombs first, one with chain reactions. Ultimately, those two are eventually leveled up, of course, but which way do you go is the question here for level 1.
Yep. This is a kind of matchup where you have to pay attention to where your enemy is at all time. You're not allowed to use, if you allow your opponent to use that agonizing bound to cancel your health pot, you're out, just like that. That's what happened to Imba Boy. He got his health pot cancelled, and then he was out for another, 30 seconds or something.
Yeah. Yeah, put himself in that spot.
Yeah. So I kind of like Limp. Like what he did last game, for example, with the bubbles. Like I also mentioned that the hero has such a low health pool, so that if you ever drop to 300 health, or you wouldn't be comfortable sitting on below 300 health or something like that. So he just gets 6 bites. First he starts off with 3 bites, then he sends the courier to get even more bites as soon as he got a gold for that. So he always keeps his health at max all the time. Then you won't have to use these health pots, for example, and you don't have to risk getting hit by agonizing bound.
Yeah.
So very safe and very professional, in my opinion.
Good luck, have fun. So yeah, Limp again knows what he's doing in these 1v1
for
matchups.
Sure.
When it comes down to it, so I don't even know. Is 1v1 a thing that players do constantly, to warm up or practice or? Play, or
sometimes, yeah, sometimes. It's a good if you haven't played, for example. Earlier, you mentioned that Mika that was his first game. Before a tournament, I usually like to just get in there. Take a walk or something outside, just clear my head, and then just get into get in inside of the computer or in front of the computer and just do my things. I'm saying, not think too much about it.
Yeah.
So I don't really like to sit in a lot of team matchmaking games or something like that. I just want to have a friend or something maybe go in and practice some last hitting, because that's really what get your clothes warm, so to say.
Yeah, big part of the early game's about. So both do go chain reactions here. You see Limp is the first one to use it aggressively, and actually put some good damage into Storyfooter here.
There's 5 autos.
Yeah,
that's a lot of damage. And Turkey Burger had the first CS right there. Sorry, I'm gonna end up calling him Turkey Burger. That's a long story. There's a highlight of that on my stream from a year and a half ago. But yeah, he got the first CS, and then Limp just kind of was like, "All right, I'm missing a few CS here. I'm just gonna go for your face."
Yeah,
and it worked out.
Now he's up 8-3, or well, 6-3. Math hard.
Yeah. I mean, look at the mana. He used his stun and he's already up again. I mean, that's the kind of difference it makes to use it early on. And he got all that last hits out. He got Storyfooter to waste 3 blights without even using an effort. I mean, how are you gonna beat this guy?
It's tough. It is tough. Again, Dangerstand did it. I need to ask him. Him on the cast. Yeah, I mean, Torture right, or Storyfooter right here. Turkey Burger. Is that what it stands for?
I don't know.
Why do you call him Turkey Burger? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't even remember.
Yeah. Don't even remember.
If I recall correct, it stands for something really silly.
I'm pretty sure Angkor started calling him Turkey Burger because he couldn't pronounce Stroyfooter. And we've just called him that forever.
Don't get it.
Alright.
Alright, I guess. Guess that kind of not really makes sense. Okay,
there you go.
Aiming of the XL going to be on the way for Storyfooter here. Trying to get some early stats, of course, but Limp not upgrading just yet. Doesn't need to. Ooh, misses chain reactions, actually.
First misplay for these free games.
He's on tilt.
Mana pot!
No!
Alright, so 2 mistakes. Now he's getting... now the nurse is going to start coming at him.
That's solid there. And Mana Battery actually also on Storyfooter here, so getting ready for the spam to happen. How about this, too? Limp maxing out the chain reactions first. He actually goes in right here with the combo. Put some auto attacks in, but Storyfooter knows he just needs to run away, especially with the creeps there.
Yep. He just needs to make sure that he cannot get that health pot cancelled now. Do not underestimate range.
There you go. He's like, I'm going to hide in here. He's not missing out on anything right now, really, so yeah, it's a smart choice. Guarantee the safety of the regen there, so Limp gets his Amulet of the XL delivered.
I mean, look at this. I think Storyfooter is ahead, almost. Yeah. I mean, maybe not in stats, but I mean, he got the item. He got the mana battery. He got the late game, and now he's putting on a lot of aggression stuff.
Oh, agonizing quads, another auto attack, and it's fade to black. That was so close. I don't know if it would have been the kill, but it would have been damn close. Yeah,
damn close.
I mean, the luck right there as well. Like, he attacked uphill like 5 or 6 times and didn't miss at all. Which is nuts.
Managed to work out. Yeah, he's got the mana pool advantage once, not anymore, but he also has 3 mana battery charges, so can use that if it calls for it. Limp seems like he's pretty delayed on using the courier too. I don't know what he's ultimately planning to go, but he's only used the courier once compared to twice so far from Storyfooter. There you go. It's the full Amulet of the XL, and he's just going to throw that out eventually. Probably get some more regen here.
Yeah, he's been having a lot of trouble with the courier actually in this round. Not sure why. I mean, losing his health, or I mean, mana pots, having a lot of trouble with the courier, going a little bit back and forth, and now taking a lot of time for it to get there as well. So, yeah, not sure what that is about, but it's definitely getting Storyfooter back into this game, and this is a close one. I mean, the mana battery is going to start stacking up, so yeah, always has to care.
Yeah, you look it right there, but he's going to get delivered and need some trees and be fine for now. The mana pool not the largest on Storyfooter here, but again, he has those mana battery charges, so if Limp's not careful, he can get caught in a combo here because of those mana battery. There's a chain of reactions, has a mana battery charge, needs to use them. No, not enough. Okay. So Torture too tanky there in the end to...
I would like him to go up on the enemy side, though, or on Limp's side now, and just stand there like a boss. Yep. Okay, maybe he's trying to do that now. Yeah, he's trying to do that now. He was attacking a little... No, okay, good. Yeah, this is really good. He's actually boxing Limp out.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
No, it's a rare moment.
It's, I mean, the creep farm is also getting very close now, 28 compared to 25 in favor of Limp still, but Storyfooter is putting himself in position to maybe even that up. But here goes Limp with the regen here. But again, items are pretty similar right now, honestly. You see the Monkey Courier, another amulet of the Exile coming. Oh, it's going to go to the Observatory first. He's changing the path right there. Take some pressure in the process. Okay, now he's going to go around with it, so we've seen that a couple times, taking advantage of the Observatory that's nearby. The regen. So only 6.5 minutes in so far, so still very early on. There you go, dropping the amulets, maximizing the regen.
Yep.
Again, he's still no mana better or anything like that on Limp, so Storyfooter's getting more and more of an advantage with that. As it,
yeah, definitely, it's a good thing. Yeah, I'm curious about what they're gonna start picking up next. I don't think they're gonna go for another Amulet of Exile. That would be overdoing it a little bit. But maybe finish that power supply, maybe? Okay, Marchers is a choice for a Limp here.
Okay, yeah, get the positioning.
But he has absolutely no regen, though.
Yeah. True. A lot of damage being dealt, but...
Alright, so Storyfooter got both his spells right now. Okay, now he got mana pots, obviously he does, but even before that he had both his spells because he got 8 charges now up in that mana battery. So if he hits Limp,
with that stun, right here.
He's going, Agonize Bonds out, like, uphill! It doesn't miss, but it doesn't kill him either! Oh, so close. So close.
He didn't maximize the range, unfortunately. It was a very good try, but I think he could have gotten one auto attack off before he used that Agonizing Bones, because the Bones has a longer attack range than the auto attacks.
That should have been a kill right there. Yeah. I'm right there with Snooey. But Storyfooter, I mean, he's showing some confidence right now and showing that he can keep up with Limp. Widely considered the best in the game, and he might have another chance here. He's starting to show some confidence. Still not doing so hot in the economy department.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the courier!
Yeah, that was close. The courier going the wrong way right there.
And something that people might not think of was that these two players, they were actually teammates as well. I was playing with them in One Trick Pony during Season 1, so these players know each other very well.
Limp was on One Trick Pony?
Yeah. No, wait, I'm stupid.
Yeah. He was on TDM.
Alright, but I was in a... Okay, my bad.
Snooey, please.
I was in a team before that was named From Pop Stars. That was Limp.
OTP. Yeah.
There you go.
No.
But yeah, sorry for that.
Somewhat familiar, I'm
correcting me.
Not so complete. But yeah, so he used the mana battery charges too, though, obviously, so a lot of his advantages there, unfortunately, going away for Storyfooter.
Now, Limp is holding on to a level, one of his point... Never mind, okay, he just skilled it up. He's holding that for like 40 seconds, and I was just kind of wondering why, if he wanted to get a point in the Impalement or the Torment or something, but...
Well, what do you think?
He eventually gets that off.
Torment or Impalement here? At this point?
Good call. I would have to go for the Torment, because I don't think there's ever going to be a situation where you're actually going to like be diving or being close to your target.
That's what I was thinking. That, and with all the creeps here, it's like, is that ever really going to be a case? So
it is 6 minutes left though, or 5.5. So if you were to go like a maximum or max Impalement from now, I mean, you could put some pressure on the tower, but I still don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah.
To actually take it down.
Yeah, it's that's where it's hard to gauge. You know, with only 5 minutes remaining, could we realistically push that tower in? I mean, right now Limp has some decent damage on the Hellborn tower, but he's winning with the creep farm anyway. So.
Storyfooter going up. Do a little bit of damage, gets a couple CS.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to make a... Oh!
Jeez.
Getting pulled around by those bonds. I thought he was going to make a play at the 10-minute mark and try to block off Limp with the tree respawn. And he started to do that, but it was too next level. I keep dropping this pen. I got to throw this thing away. It's on the ground now. I'm done. I'm a fidgeter, all right? Bricky, you got your deck of cards. I got pens.
Yeah. I need those deck of cards. Where are they?
I've still got like 5 pens on my desk. See, I'm just going to pick up another one. I'm an addict.
Those pens, man. Get rid of them. They're bad for you. All right, so the items right now are pretty identical with the... Okay, well, actually the third amulet delivered to Limp. Boots on Storyfooter here now too.
Yep. What are you aiming for in a situation like this? I mean, do you try to get more last hits? Do you try to go for a kill? I mean, it's so hard.
He knows, if anything, his teammates have told him that, like we said before. I mean, the teammates are inspected and everything, so, you know, they're communicating, I'm sure, which is fine. You're obviously not going to win that game at this point. The tower game, it's just not realistic, especially with what the time was like.
Are you though? Like, he's only 9 CS behind right now.
You're not going to make that up though against the Limp, especially right there.
Look at it now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just got a little bit worse.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you can go for that win here. You got to go for the kill. So, but it's obviously a lot easier said than done. Not sure how to.
Well, what I would like to see, I mean, is just to go back to base, get full mana, and then just go for something crazy. I mean, there's nothing else that you
go
really
Ghost
can do.
Marchers.
Yeah, for example, sell your necklaces and just go for a Ghost Marchers. I don't know, do something. This is not gonna work.
Yeah, Limp's at the point where he can start playing a lot more defensive, like Zlapt was earlier on Polywog, because he knows he has that lead.
He's got 1 spell. Maybe almost 2. Could have been close.
Oh, they're trash-talking each other. Pew is getting really mad in the chat. He's like, Fusi, you're like, this is disgusting. I mean, you guys can just lean back and win money.
Yep, that's the strategy. Hey, why not, right? That's smart.
It is.
They got the best 1v1er out there.
They're within 6 CS now, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're right. Okay, yeah, it has gotten a little closer. Maybe that is a possibility now.
He missed another 2. So.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe you don't go. Yeah, I guess you're also at a point, too, is you're not realistically maybe going to get a kill, so go for the CS. Needs to continue to play that aggressive mark, though. Yep. See right there. 55-15, so what, 70 to... Jeez, no, not 70.
It's up to 8 again.
Okay, yeah, never mind. 78 to 70, okay, 71.
This is close.
Yeah, 78 to 71 right now.
Now, Surefooter just used all of his power supply charges. And definitely going to be able to spam some more spells with that, but actually going to get in there and cancel a mana pot. That's going to be pretty dang helpful. And kills the Blightstones. Yeah. Those were his own. Right?
Were they his own? No.
I mean, he can't see his opponents, right?
Yeah, no, you can see the regen of the opponents.
Oh, okay. He's actually closing
He killed a mana potion earlier. Yeah, he got a couple, though.
It's an important deny.
I don't think he's going to get this, though. We only got a couple more creep waves left.
Just go to the neutrals.
So what is that? 76 plus 7. So you're 83 to 77 right here.
He's focusing so much on last hits right now that he's forgetting to actually deny.
Yep. Yeah.
Limp is out attacking from
the last hit war is over. At this point, like as long as Limp gets like 3 from this creep wave,
it's over. Yeah. Look at him. He's just sitting in the forest.
Not even. Yeah, he's just use some spells. Yeah, it should be over. So he's got to go for a kill now, but he doesn't have the mana for a kill.
Yeah, there it's over.
There's the bottle. Well, there's the bottle.
Go all in.
What's he gonna do?
Go tower. Go tower. Go tower.
No, not the tower. You got to sip on that bottle. You got 20 seconds.
Little Limp. He's just gonna run. There's no point for him to be here. Yeah, that's why he needs to go for the tower.
Just go to Congo and die like a man.
That's not gonna. How close is he? No, yeah, he's not close enough. God, it was close though. It was really close.
Yeah.
It's a deny.
Gee.
Well, it was a good try. It was.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be that close.
So
I mean, it was one last set.
90 to 7 to 84. 6 creep kills / denies in between. And then he dies. So, yeah, Limp does take it, though. Very, very, very close. So, again, at 15 minutes, it's the most creep kills and denies added up. And
we can't forget the fact that he was 1 out attack away from actually dropping.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Fog of War, or the Fog time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
He played very well. All the respect to Storyfooter, definitely. Going up against Limp right there, but in the end, I mean, that also goes back to, we talked about Fine maybe being the more experienced Torture player, but I don't know, Storyfooter did do very well, so it's hard to argue that now, after the fact, but obviously in the end, Limp does take it. So next, what is a Luna, I think? Pebbles. No, Pebbles is next. Ooh.
I feel like Limp is in a pretty good spot with that hero.
So now, who do you send in for Pebbles? What do they got left?
KGE.
KGE, yep, and fine. You got to go KGE. This is the KGE match.
This is the grudge match right here.
Yeah, it is.
KGE versus Limp.
Can KGE earn his spot back on BMG?
There it is. Yep, he's sitting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a trade in the middle of the 1v1 showdown.
Just happens. Oh, boy. All right, so they're sitting. It looks like they're just about ready to go. Again, it's going to be Pebbles here, so Super KGE versus Limp. No doubt a matchup that a lot of us have been really excited to get. You know, again, these two teams, they played yesterday. It obviously went very well for BMG in the end. Team game is definitely different, though, than a 1v1, but still Limp is proving to be a very, very formidable opponent. All right, so going to be good here. Super KG will be Hellborn again for his team. As soon as that ready button is hit, we'll be good to go. I mean, what do you guys think? Is Super KG, does he shine here? This isn't a hook hero. But,
it's not. I'm trying to remember what happened in the last series when Pebbles was played. Was it that toss into the tower that ended it?
Yeah, it was that, and then finally put him down. Yeah,
it was a toss like next to the tower's like maximum range. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, and we talked about that Iron Buckler a little bit as well in just that matchup that you did not like that one. I wonder what they're going to go for in this one, but I hope to see a little bit more of an aggressive game, even though I think that Limp is going to try to sit back and last hit. But, well, this is different though, because last hitting is not really an art, so to say, in this game, as it is with ranged torture. This is much easier, so I think it's going to come down to a kill, not last hits in this series.
We'll see. BMG again up 3-0 now. Only 2 more opponents remain for Team Excellent. Super KG and, of course, Fine will end up being the anchor here if it calls for it. But Super KGE, here's his chance to get some revenge against his former team, of course. And go against the guy that replaced him, obviously. So, again, for those are still unaware, I know we may even have people coming back for this event and being like, oh, yeah, cool event. Why is Limp on BMG? Well, Stay Green no longer is a team. Swinnamelon's quick, competitive HoN, competitive gaming, from my understanding. You know, players went elsewhere. Limp obviously then joined BMG because they kicked Super KG. Now, there was a lot of talk about that. Basically, what it came down to apparently was that they felt like Super KG wasn't willing to be serious enough for competitive HoN, and they wanted to take a player that they felt like would be, and obviously that's why they kicked him and picked up Limp. So. That was a circumstance. Super KG eventually joined Team Excellent to go play in the Pro League, which is currently taking place according to Kaldvar. That's kind of just caught you up real quickly as far as who, what, where, and why. But yeah, Pebbles not... you saw Pew making a mention of that earlier. No hook heroes in the lineup, so... Not a favor for them. Yeah, and I know we've done like Devour in the past. I could say maybe Gauntlet could be a fun one, actually. It has proven to be a fun one in the past, but he wasn't on the list. Not for this time around.
He was not. So we see Iron Buckler on Super KG and 3 minute items for Limp. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Stats for the mitigation here. See, Limp is already getting very close to being able to throw a combo out because of that build.
Yeah, he's going to be able to combo in level 3 at least, so then Super KG needs to sit back. So, yeah, 2 different builds. Should be a lot of early aggression in that case at least. That's good for us as spectators, viewers.
I don't get it, man. All right. Using different skins, of course. Jade Pebbles versus, the Frankenstein Pebbles or whatever. Slightly different there. He is just too good indeed. Again, though, there's still a lot of tournament left. You know, even and the winner of this, of course, moves on to play Sync Esports, who obviously just got finished with their epic series against Recent Gaming, taking it all 9 games to do so, but winning there. But no doubt that'll be a great one. And again, the winner of that then plays Team Legends, which, again, right now is Zai, Swindamelon's Era, Moon Meander, and we're still waiting to announce the 5th, so obviously a hell of a lineup there. And that's going to be a blast to see that eventually. All these players coming back, especially with players like Era and even Moon Meander. Obviously, he's been out for a little bit here. How's this going, though? 8-1 so far for Limp, 6-0 for Super KGE.
Yep, it's quite even so far. Limp not ready to exchange blows, as we can see right there.
Yeah.
Iron Buckler is way too powerful, but now he got level 3 at least, so he got a combo. Super KG do not. So this is gonna. Oh, are they gonna go for it?
Yeah, you can tell he kind of wants to. Maybe that's it, actually. Yep.
Still no combo for Super KG. He's not gonna go for it though.
Having to use your stalagmites very defensively like that usually not a good thing either.
Yeah.
So now he's gonna be out of mana to combo here. If you even wanted to. But yeah, as you were saying, I mean, you could tell the Buckler definitely making a big difference there, but not able to do enough in the end. That also means he won't be able to combo a little bit sooner. And oh, look at that Bracer first item for Limp. Just tanking up right away.
I guess he's pretty comfortable in his lasting skills. Just as I say that, he misses one without contestant, but. Yeah, but as we have seen, he's been dominating last hits every single round so far against Team Excellent, so he's just going to keep doing that. Might not be the funniest way, but it certainly is the most effective one and the one that he's most comfortable with. So
yeah, you know, so again, this is definitely looking in the future, but I do wonder if BMG does eventually win this one here. This series and moving on against Sync. I wonder, are they going to send Limp against Sync to start it off? I mean,
oh, that's a good one. Like, what kind of message does this would it send to Sync if like Limp were to crush 5-0 here and then go into like first in the series against Sync Esports?
Exactly. So it's like, do they feel as confident against Sync? I would think not, but
yeah, I agree. I mean, what if they send in Limp first and he gets beaten out straight? Like first game he loses. Yeah, loses against whoever is first player for them, Flensmeister or someone. Then I think Sync Esports is going to have a huge moral boost, so I think it's risky. I don't think Limp is going to go first if they are against Sync. But that's just my gut. I don't know.
Again, that's looking ahead though, so if we get to that point, then we'll definitely discuss it further, but we will see.
Yeah, right now, Super KG is manning up here. Against Limp at least.
I mean, just look at that. It's crazy. You know, you take your eye off for the creep farm, and a minute later you look back at it, and just Limp is just so far ahead. I mean, 28 compared to 16 already.
Yeah, I don't get how he does it. I mean, he's a master of this creep pulling. I mean, constantly right-clicking his opponent so the creeps gets closer or onto his side, so to say.
Yeah.
And therefore he can last it uncontested from Super KG.
He is indeed a very good player. Doing a really Bracer and the Talisman of the Exile now. Amulet of the Exile. I can never get that name straight. Yeah. Talisman of something or another. But definitely tanking up in the form of the stats. And I guess that's what you can do when you've got almost twice your opponent's CS, although Super KG is going to lose both of his potions right there. That was a big mistake by KGE.
It's like they have a mind lapse. We've seen that several times throughout these games here. It's like so. It seems like it should be so obvious, but it's for some reason, you know, they just don't really think about it, and then all of a sudden it's canceled. So,
yeah,
proven to hurt that a little bit right there. Now, Super KG does have enough for his combo. Sue, not yet. 10 more mana. I wonder if he's going to, again, kind of be in that spot if he thinks he might be a little behind, so maybe go for it, but...
Yeah, but I mean, they're level 6, they got level 3 level 3 shock and level 2 Staglamites, and Limp is sitting on 1.1k HP.
Oh, I think Limp's going to go for a kill right here. He's going to try for it at least. Playing Ring Around the Rosie, this is going to be bad news for KGE.
Yep. GG, Limp taking it over KGE right here.
He just outmaneuvered his opponent in that situation, got KGE into a terrible position, and just pulled the trigger.
Oh god, I can't believe this is actually happening. Is Limp gonna do it? 5-0.
Well, it's all up to Fine.
It's up to Fine and a Luna.
Satrox did prove wrong, or I mean, Satrox did prove himself last series, so.
Yeah, the support came through last series. Will it be the same thing here this series? What's up with supports going as anchor? You wouldn't expect that, but that's going to be the case here. So it's going to be on Fine's shoulders to compete against Limp. And again, it's a Luna at least, so it's not like a Soul Stealer or anything like that. Definitely a hero he should be somewhat comfortable on. And Fine, so it's just a matter though of. Again, Limp is the player that he is, and we've seen that throughout this. So again, kind of showing the replay real quickly before. Actually, let me jump at the lobby first. But yeah, going to be 4-0 in this series now. And again, the winner goes on to play Sync Esports. So BMG definitely has their vision towards that at this point, I'm sure. All right, so here we go. That replay real quickly. So yeah, you see right here, Super KG getting some last hits, and then, as you pointed out, Limp starts to get the maneuvering going on after a little bit of regen himself. And then eventually does the combo. Yeah, Super KG just standing in there definitely a little too long. You could tell he started to realize, wait a second, trying to juke around the creep wave, but wasn't going to happen.
Nope.
All right, so now Aluna. Back to Aluna we go.
Yeah, this one is a fun one. As a support player, this is the kind of matchup that I'm looking forward to the most at all times, because I just love this hero. So much early aggression, and what I hope to see in this game that we did not see last time Aluna was played is that man up in level 2 or man up in level 3 or something. Like, just get up on the hill and outbox your opponent. That power throw is good enough for you to do so. So yeah, hopefully Fine or Limp is gonna show the true power of Aluna here.
Yeah. I'll look forward to that. Again, take a look at the start. This time it's identical. Not too often we get the identical start, but...
Is this the first time?
It's, no, I want to say the Pebbles and the Reason versus Sync matchup was the same.
I think so.
As their build, but... Yeah, it rarely happens, actually.
Yeah, first time for ranged heroes, at least.
Yeah. Very, very true. So it's going to be that identical item build again. It's going to come down to play. But it's just so... Not only is Limp the player that he is, obviously arguably the best 1v1er right now on the scene, but also he's just beat 4 of your opponents back-to-back. And he has a lot of warm-up and everything. So, yeah, it's just a lot of things are... setting up to be not that good.
Yeah. I think he might be underestimating Fine a little bit, though. Might come back to bite him if he's careless.
Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta put P on my ignore list. Sometimes he just gets out of hand. All right.
It does.
All right. Anyways, 10 more seconds, then that spawn's gonna happen. So yeah, you're saying, will we see that early aggression this time around? Unlike the last Aluna versus Aluna matchup that we had. Using that power throw positioning here and whatnot. I remember when Aluna actually was built even as a carry kind of hero when we first saw her on the scene. I know Tralfmador especially was really
Tralf days, yeah.
Popular for doing that, Frost of Skull and Savage Mace and
I mean, you still can do it.
I mean, it's so possible, definitely.
It's possible. It's just not as effective as a Moon Queen, for example, in terms of teamfight potential and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just her support presence is stronger, so... The creep block off the bat, much, much better for Limp. Again, is it really the biggest deal? Maybe not, but worth noting there. So, as usual, a pretty even start here, but again, we'll look back at the creep stats in about a minute. And we'll see if Limp is ahead or not. Seems like that's been the trend here.
This is a lot like the Pyro Monster as well. Not that when you get level 6 you're going to try to get a kill, but the fact that you need to use the power throw to last it and harass your opponent at the same time. So let's see if Fine is try to get a power throw off there, but Limp sidestepping a little bit.
Yep. Still very close, though, as far as the creep farm goes. Fane holding his ground. Nice job right there with the power throw. It's a creep kill and also harassment. Manages that last hit, actually, so good execution there. Amulet of the XL already purchased by Limp. Going to be sent out. Nothing from Fine just yet here.
Now he's used up some mana as well, so he should probably wait until level 3. Until, okay, now he reached it. Now he can start using the power throw again.
Ooh, this is that one for harassment, but again, some good creep kills there, though. Actually getting a hefty lead. Granted, the creep lane is being pushed up somewhat, but...
Yep, doing a nice job.
Yeah,
I don't like that they're too afraid, though. I mean, they're a little bit too scared. Just in this kind of situation. Maybe not right now, but earlier.
Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, he stuns, but he takes the power throw damage. Aluna, or, finds though. Out of power throw mana stuff.
Yeah. Never use your stun. Like, you can never use your stun in this kind of situation, unless you're actually going for the kill. Because it wastes so much mana.
I think he was trying to stun to interrupt the power throw on his opponent, but unfortunately mistimed it right there.
Yeah.
And gives up a pretty healthy amount of his life and mana as a result. And without a health potion coming out immediately, he was relatively low, but I'll get that from the courier here in just a second.
There you go. Regen delivered. Gonna be good to go there. But yeah, again, now you look at the creep farm, and ever since that whole sequence where the Emerald Lightning stun and didn't really work out the best for Fine, now you just see the creep farm pulling ahead here for Limp, 24 compared to the 14 already.
Yeah, once again, he knows when to man up. Like we saw that in the last kind of dust that they had when we're talking about that stun, for example, in that kind of sequence. That's when Limp knows, like, now I man up, like, because now the creeps are on my side, which means that if I man up right now, Fine has to choose between going in a man fight with me or losing experience.
Yeah.
Let's say.
And just missed the power throw. Gonna take a lot of damage here. And Fine, unfortunately, with too many creeps on him, wasn't really able to man up without taking a ton of damage himself. Power throw connects on the backside, though.
Good angle right there.
And the courier's not close by.
Actually upgrades it into a flying courier so they can get the region out there.
Being sent right back out. Power throw, nope. Gonna cancel that one. A lot of that going on. You see the deja vu on Fine, but yeah, nothing on Limp. Just going on more for the aggressive build here. Because that he has a lead anyways. Oh, this should be it. There's
he got
stun in the face. The power throw, the auto attack uphill. No, deja vu destroyed, but it's not going to be enough. Great attempt right there from Fine, but Limp does it. He genocides
the dream!
Team Excellent.
The 5-0 dream!
Oh, so BMG's just like, we just sit back and Limp, go do your thing. That he did. That he did. Well, so BMG, that of course sets them up now against Reason Gaming, of course. Or, excuse me, against Sync Esports, of course. In the semi-finals, you could really say. And that, obviously, there will be, I think there might be just a little bit of a break here, but that is set to start, in fact, very shortly at the same time, about 10 minutes or so from now. But so, yeah, teams will probably want a little bit of a break. I know Limp is just carrying his team and everything. Needs to take a breather, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe drink some water.
I got to go do an interview here. I'm going to jump in their Skype real quick. See,
go ahead.
See how they're feeling. One sec, guys. All right. Hello. You guys around? I think the Skype is still
Me llamo Trey Elias.
Hello?
Oh, cool.
Saman.
Hey.
Oh. You're breaking.
Hey. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, you guys have fun watching Limp dominate?
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome.
Just chilling.
Just chilling, having a good
Take
time?
it easy.
Oh, boy. We were wondering, so sending Limp in first, it could be a risky strategy, but obviously it worked out very well here. Was there much thought into that, or were you guys planning to do that all along?
I mean, he just told us he got it, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, so. Limp too strong.
Limp, you there?
Yep. Hello.
So, yeah, you just took care of business. Anything you want to say about that and how those matches go? Any of them close, or?
Yeah, the Tort game was relatively close, but, it was fine.
Not a big deal.
All good.
What about who Team Excellent sent out playing certain heroes? Were you a little surprised at that, or At any of the points, or what? Did you not really even care? You just played whoever.
Nah, they send the players out as expected, I think.
Yeah.